Let's talk about Bhutan, a real country, not a new app or a Silicon Valley startup. It's not something you'll find in your phone's app store, and it's definitely not the next big tech trend. Bhutan is a place that feels almost mythical, as if it's been plucked straight from the pages of a fantasy novel. It's nestled high in the Himalayas, sandwiched between the giants of China and India, and yet most Americans have never even heard its name. It's a country that quietly exists, shrouded in mist and mystery, far from the world's spotlight. If you told your friends you were going to Bhutan, they'd probably ask if it's near Houston. Spoiler alert, it's not even close. In fact, it's about as far from Texas as you can get, both in distance and in spirit. Finding Bhutan on a map is like playing Where's Waldo, but Waldo is a peaceful kingdom that prefers to stay hidden. It's tucked away so well, you might need a magnifying glass just to spot it. Bhutan kept the world out for centuries. They didn't even get TV until 1999. Imagine a place where the outside world was just a rumor, and life moved to the rhythm of nature. While the world was panicking about Y2K, Bhutan was just discovering cable television. The idea of binge-watching was completely foreign, and the internet was still a distant dream. The country moves at its own pace, where magic feels more real than Wi-Fi. Here, ancient monasteries and legends are woven into daily life, and the digital world feels a million miles away. Visiting Bhutan isn't easy. You can't just show up. There's no hopping on a last-minute flight and winging it. There's a daily fee and you get a guide, a driver, and a digital detox. Every visitor is part of a carefully managed experience designed to protect the country's culture and environment. Why go? Because it's one of the last true hidden gems on Earth. It's a place where you can still find untouched wilderness and a sense of wonder that's hard to come by these days. Myths and legends are part of daily life, and people wear traditional robes to work just because it's Tuesday. The culture here is alive, vibrant, and proudly preserved. It's a journey back in time, untouched by globalization. Walking through a Bhutanese village feels like stepping into another era, where ancient fortresses still stand guard over the valleys. The ultimate escape from modern chaos. Here, the air is fresh, the mountains are sacred, and the pace of life invites you to slow down and breathe. But don't expect to find a Target, an Uber, or anything you recognize. Instead, you'll find local shops, handmade crafts, and a way of life that's refreshingly unfamiliar. Bhutan is exclusive, intentional, and unapologetically itself. Every festival, every tradition is celebrated with pride and joy. It's not just a destination, it's an experience. You don't just visit Bhutan, you feel it, you live it, and you carry a piece of its magic with you long after you leave. And that's what makes it magical, a place where the extraordinary is simply everyday life. Imagine a country with no McDonald's, no Starbucks, and no Amazon Prime. Welcome to Bhutan, a place where the modern world's biggest brands are simply absent. Here, the familiar glow of fast food signs and the rush of online deliveries are replaced by something far more rare, a sense of calm and authenticity. The closest thing to fast food is a monk handing you a bowl of rice, prepared with care and shared in silence. Meals are slow, intentional, and deeply connected to tradition. The first thing you notice is the peaceful quiet. Wind in the pines, prayer flags flapping, distant chanting. The air feels lighter, the pace of life gentler, as if the whole country is taking a deep breath. Convenience isn't king here. Consumer culture is dialed down to zero. There are no billboards shouting for your attention, no neon lights luring you into shops, no malls, no Black Friday, no sprawling shopping centers filled with endless choices. No endless sales, just calm, local shopping. Markets are places to meet neighbors, not just to buy things. You buy textiles from the woman who wove them, each piece telling a story of skill and heritage. Vegetables from the farmer who grew them, fresh from the earth and full of flavor. People buy what they need, not what an algorithm suggests. Shopping is personal, not digital. Bhutan isn't behind the times, it's on its own path, choosing a different kind of progress, one that values happiness over haste. The government chose culture over consumerism, saying no to a Burger King on every corner, and yes to preserving what makes Bhutan special. When you visit, you're not just a tourist, you're a time traveler, stepping into a world where the past and present blend seamlessly. You witness a fiercely protected, unique way of life where ancient customs are not just remembered, but lived every day. The lack of Western influence is intentional, not accidental. It's a conscious choice to keep Bhutan's identity intact. It's a radical, refreshing concept, a country that measures wealth in well-being, not in things. Just remember, pack your own coffee unless you're ready for yak butter tea, a local favorite that's as unique as the country itself. Here, life is about presence, not possessions. People value time together, quiet moments, and connection to nature. And that's the real luxury, finding contentment in simplicity, surrounded by beauty. Welcome to the kingdom of no Starbucks, where less truly means more. Most countries measure success with GDP. Money, production, consumption. Bhutan, they measure gross national happiness. Yes, happiness is official government policy. The 4 pillars: sustainable development, environmental protection, cultural preservation, and good governance. It's about clean air, strong community, and a government you can trust. They actually survey people about their well-being, sleep, and stress. In Bhutan, happiness isn't a side effect, it's the goal. Problems exist, but the intention is revolutionary. Government's job is to create conditions for happiness. Instead of polluting rivers for profit, they protect them for well-being. It's a long-term vision, thinking about the next generation, not just the next election. Imagine a country where your happiness matters more than your productivity. Bhutan proves there's another way to measure success. It's a mind-blowing concept for anyone used to short-term gains. Here, joy is a national priority, and that changes everything. Think your local festival is wild? Try a Bhutanese Teshechu. These multi-day festivals feature masked dances, chams, where monks in elaborate costumes reenact ancient stories of gods and demons. The masks are works of art, some serene, some nightmare-inducing, all meant to subdue human vices. The dances are hypnotic, spiritual, and deeply meaningful, a meditation in motion. For outsiders, it's a dazzling spectacle of color, sound, and tradition. But for locals, it's a sacred event, a community gathering, and a party rolled into one. Families dress up, share food, and reconnect. And then there's the Atsara, the clown, who cracks jokes and reminds everyone not to take themselves too seriously. Even the divine needs a sense of humor. In Bhutan, spirituality and joy dance together. In Bhutan, you'll spot giant, colorful phalluses painted on houses. Yes, really, male anatomy as a good luck charm. This tradition comes from Drukpa Kunli, the divine madman, a saint who taught Buddhism with jokes and outrageous acts. He used his flaming thunderbolt of wisdom to subdue demons, so people paint phalluses to ward off evil spirits. It's not vandalism or a prank, it's spiritual protection and fertility. The logic? If an evil spirit sees a giant flying penis, it'll be too confused to bother you. For visitors, it's shocking at first, but quickly becomes endearing. It's a symbol of Bhutan's humor and unique spirituality. Here, even good luck charms are fun. It's a lot more interesting than a horseshoe. And it's pure Bhutan. Life in Bhutan moves at a glacial pace, literally. Thimphu, the capital, has no traffic lights. They tried one, but people preferred a policeman's graceful hand signals. Human connection beats efficiency here. Driving is an adventure, winding mountain roads, hairpin turns, and frequent yak jams. Herds napping in the road. No honking, no yelling, just waiting and enjoying the view. Meals are leisurely, conversations unhurried, and neighbors actually stop to chat. The pace of life forces you to slow down and be present. At first it's frustrating for visitors used to speed, but soon, it's liberating. Bhutan teaches you to let go of the rush. Here, patience isn't just a virtue, it's a way of life. The community is strong, and presence is the default. You arrive with a fast-paced mindset, but Bhutan gently resets you. It's a powerful lesson in slowing down. Sometimes the best way forward is to wait for the yaks. And enjoy the moment. Bhutanese architecture is all about defying gravity and expectations. Monasteries cling to cliffs like the iconic tiger's nest, built where only eagles dare. Legend says Guru Rinpoche flew here on a tigress and meditated in a cave. Building the monastery was an act of faith, every piece carried up by hand. The hike is tough, but the reward is pure magic, breathtaking views, chanting monks, and centuries of devotion. It's a place suspended between heaven and earth. The journey is hard, but unforgettable. In Bhutan, the impossible becomes reality, and you'll never look at a flat parking lot the same way again. Bhutanese food is not for the timid. Meet ima dachi, the national dish made with fiery chilies and rich creamy cheese. It's a dish that perfectly captures the spirit of Bhutan, bold, unapologetic, and full of flavor. Here, chilies aren't just a garnish, they're the main event, eaten at every meal, in every home, and in every corner of the country. Bhutanese people love their chilies so much, they're practically a food group of their own. If you claim to like spicy food, be careful. Bhutan will test your limits and then some. Even the bravest spice lovers might find themselves reaching for a glass of milk. Survive emadachi, and you can handle anything. It's a rite of passage for visitors, and a source of pride for locals. The cuisine is simple, hearty, and fresh. Think red rice, nutty buckwheat pancakes, savory dried yak meat, and wild mushrooms foraged from the mountains. Every ingredient tells a story of the land. Dishes like faksha pa, a pork stew simmered with chilies, and jashamaru, a spicy chicken stew, are designed to keep you warm and satisfied in the crisp mountain air. And then there's butter tea, suja, made with tea, salt, and yak butter. It's not your average cup of tea, but it's a staple in every Bhutanese home. It's creamy, salty, and an acquired taste, but perfect for high-altitude living. The warmth seeps into your bones and the richness keeps you fueled for mountain adventures. Your first sip might shock you, but by the end you might crave it, or just stick to water. Either way, it's an experience you won't forget. Meals are about warmth, comfort, and community. Sharing food is how Bhutanese people connect, celebrate, and show hospitality. Food here is a rite of passage, a challenge, and a celebration. Every festival, every gathering revolves around the table. In Bhutan, eating is an adventure. Every meal is a chance to try something new, bold, and unforgettable. And you'll never look at chilies the same way again. They're not just an ingredient, they're a way of life. Forget fast food. This is food with soul, made with care and tradition passed down through generations. Every meal tells a story, connecting you to the people and the land. And every bite is a memory. Just bring antacids. You'll thank me later, but you'll also leave with a full heart and a taste for adventure. Is Bhutan for you? If you crave buffets, nightclubs, and shopping malls, stick to Vegas. Bhutan is for travelers, not tourists, adventurers seeking something deeper. You'll disconnect, slow Wi-Fi, no constant notifications, and real conversations. Trade lattes for butter tea, burgers for chili and cheese, and traffic jams for yak jams. The trade-off? You gain authenticity, peace, and a connection to nature and community. Bhutan is a storybook kingdom, mountains, magic, monks, and happiness. It will challenge and change you, recalibrate your soul, and raise your spice tolerance. Go with an open mind and heart, ready to hike, learn, and be amazed. It's the trip of a lifetime. Just pack snacks for the flight home. After a week of peace and enlightenment, landing back in an American airport will be a shock. You'll need a coffee, a very, very large coffee, but you'll never see the world the same way again.